Hi, my name's Toni Cruse. I'm with Moon Valley Nurseries and it's rye season. So we're going to talk about how we're going to lay the perfect winter rye lawn for you guys. To start, you're going to want to make sure that you get your lawn mowed to the complete lowest it can go. You're going to use an easy rake just to get rid of some of the undergrowth, and that'll start you and get you ready to start laying seed down. And here we like to use perennial rye. And perennial rye versus annual rye is a question we get all the time. And for me, the biggest thing is perennial rye does not stink. So that's why we use perennial rye. And another thing about it is it's a less maintenance grass for you. It does come up with 3 blades instead of 1 versus annual rye, and it actually gives you a more dense lawn. So for all of you, we recommend always to use perennial rye, and the one we recommend is this Top Choice brand, 99.9% weed free. The calculations you're going to want to lay down is 1 pound per every 100 square feet. Now that's what you're going to need to use. However, I always recommend getting about 20% more. So if you need, 1,000 square foot lawn and you need a 10-pound bag, I would suggest you getting more. What you're going to want to use is 20% to lay down, just because you don't know how much germination is going to take. You don't know if birds are going to get it, and you don't know how much you might wash away. So with that being said, lay 10% more down, but always keep a little extra just in case you might have some pockets that you have to reseed later on in the season. When you're laying, you're going to want to use either a hand sprayer or you can use a broadcast sprayer. Either one works depending on the size of your lawn. And when you're going to spread it, you're going to want to spread it one way, and then you're going to want to spread it the other way. That way you can get thorough spread along everywhere, so you reach every piece of your lawn in every corner. So after your seed gets laid, you're going to want to use a starter fertilizer, and here we use and recommend Moon Boost. It's a lower nitrogen fertilizer that's going to help push the germination rate of the seed. So after that, we always recommend using our Moon Juice as well. Magic, everyone knows it, everyone uses it, it's amazing stuff, and it'll help produce the root production and enhance the root growth so that you do get bigger germination. After all of that, and I keep going with more and more steps, but after that, you're gonna wanna use our Omni Topper. And with Omni Topper, it is a way to keep moisture down. So if we're in the high, mid 90s or above 90, when you're laying your seed during the day, it's going to keep our moisture down. It's also going to help keep birds away. When you lay the topper, it's going to be the same calculation, so it's super easy, right? 1 pound per every 100 square foot on rye. It's the same 1 bag per every 100 square foot on topper. And we'd be able to have those packages and calculations for you right here at the nursery. So you just have to come on in, we can Google Earth your property, and we can make sure we got the right measurements so you go home with the right stuff. When you first are gonna start watering, you're gonna water anywhere from 3 to 5 times a day. I like to say from 3 to 5 minutes, and you might want to test that when you first turn on your irrigation. So the first watering that you do after you lay everything out, if you start seeing pooling after 3 minutes, then you're going to stay at that 3-minute marker. If you need to go a little longer, but recommended, we do 3 to 5 times a day for 3 to 5 minutes. We try and keep it super simple so that you won't be forgetting. So it's, again, 3 to 5 times a day for 3 to 5 minutes. After your second mow, most of the time you want to come back and get some fertilization going. And we have 2 different ways to fertilize. One, if you're you're using your hand spreader or using your broadcast spreader, Moon Royale is excellent stuff. It is a great grass fertilizer. It makes an amazing difference. Usually I try to do it about a month after I've laid seed down. If you are more of a liquid and you have a hose end sprayer instead, I would recommend Moon Green. So depending on who you are and what you like to use, whether it's a hand spreader and you use Moon Royale, or you have a hose end spreader and you use Moon Green, either or will work. They're both excellent stuff. Both have our first liquid in it. So after you guys get germinated, like your full lawn's germinated and it's ready to go, and your grass is growing and it's over 2 inches, you're gonna wanna cut back on some of that watering. So you're gonna decrease your frequency from 3 to 5 times a day to maybe once a day or every other day, and you're gonna increase the duration of the time you're running it. So instead of 3 to 5 minutes, it might be 5 to 7 minutes, maybe 7 to 10. As your grass gets older, you can start weaning that off, but you'll never be less than every other day 10 minutes. So just keep that in mind. Again, the nursery's here to help. So any questions you get through the process, just give us a call or come and visit, and we'll be able to answer those questions for you.